Hey everyone, Vickie Magic here from Matters Magazine, and I'm here today with Marilyn Black from Harlequin Blinds. Welcome, Marilyn.
Hi Vickie.
Thanks so much for coming along today and sharing with our audience today. So the first thing that I just would love to ask you is to share a little bit about Harlequin Blinds and what you guys do.
So we have a factory at Cunda Park and we manufacture and supply blinds, awnings, security, shutters and curtains. A bit of everything, but yeah, for a small business, we do a lot here in the factory.
Yeah, and so that's interesting. So it is actually manufactured on site?
Most of what we do is, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. So not very many blind companies here on the coast would actually have the manufacturing arm right here. Would that be true?
There's only about 5% of the businesses on the coast that actually manufacture. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's really cool. Congratulations. So how do you help your clients best?
So normally clients will come to us, they have a vision on what they want in their home, something's bothering them, whether it's light, too much sun, they want security, they want to look good. Right now it's about it. Everyone's at home. They want something nice to be able to do their work in, or, you know, just the way you live. So we can go and help them with that. So a blind could block out lots of sun. It could be there to keep you asleep longer in the morning. And yeah, so they just tell us what they're looking for. Could be a new home or just updating, and they just tell us and we'll show them fabrics, or it might be security. You know, there could be they're worried about their own security. They want to be secure when they're at home, secure when they're not home. So we've got, we make security here. So yeah, we try and find a solution that works with them.
Awesome. And so has anything kind of changed for you guys during COVID-19, or is it business as usual?
No, as a factory, even though we don't have dozens and dozens of staff, we've had to limit on where people are working. So we've got one person in the security section, one person in blinds, in blind area, another one in another blind area. Lunch breaks, we've been separately having lunch breaks, or sitting, certainly one person sitting at the normal kitchen table. And we're splitting everyone lunches. The office has had to be expanded a little so we can all sit. You know, if there's 3 in one office at one stage, we've had to change that. We've lost one of our girls due to COVID. A full-time office girl just can't work with her children at home, so she finished work, you know, a few weeks ago now, and has just had to resign. She said, because I don't know when I'll be back. So she's more worried about the kids and what will happen with them.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. So how are you personally feeling about it all?
It's a bit stressful. We've got jobs sitting here now that are made that, you know, there's one elderly lady said scared because she said, look, I'm by myself here on the coast, by myself in the home, and I'm worried about people coming. So we've put a job aside. We've just, to start with, when we couldn't get even disinfectant, that was hard because the boys need it for when they're working. They need it in their vans. So we've had to make sure each van and car has disinfectant. Every staff member has disinfectant wipes, and that was difficult just to get basic stuff to be able to run this. Mask, we need masks when we're cutting all our Venetians because it's timber, it's PVC, and we wear masks, and they couldn't wear masks. They had no masks in the factory to wear when we're cutting this stuff, and it's just standard practice of what we do in our factories. That was hard. Yeah.
And so how have you been pivoting then?
Sorry, I missed that, Vickie.
How are you pivoting? You know, sort of what else has changed for you guys?
We've set into structure, you know, straight off the bat. We were pretty early, set everything into structure. This is what we do. Everyone was cautious. Cleaning and that, we set that up. Gloves, the boys wear gloves, you know, when they go into a house. Normally when we're fitting blinds, well, they're wearing gloves as soon as they walk in. And we as a company have just said, look, we're fine, we're doing the right thing, we can keep going, and just keeping an eye on everyone's health, because if one gets it, you know, your business closes.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Of course.
But yeah, we've just been doing that, just telling everyone. We put into practice, even when people called before we'd go out there, we've got a COVID-19 form that we've put into action, and before we go out for a quote, before we enter a house, and the boys have to, we've set it up, it's in two bits on the form. We have to do it when we get there again. So we were proactive.
Well done. So what's your short-term and long-term sort of ideas or goals for Harlequin?
Same as normal. We're just watching how things go. I believe it will help our industry, because people will want Australian made more so from getting. We have a lot of rivals, probably even 50% on the coast, that would possibly bring more than just shutters in from overseas, which is that shutters a common thing. But yeah, people would have roller blinds and Venetians that would come in from overseas. So I'm hoping locals will now be considerate, or, you know, just Australia, let's do Australian made. So if an industry, something's wrong with overseas, we've got our own industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think that, you know, this whole thing has actually been a bit of a wake-up call for people?
For Australian manufacturing, yes. I think people are going to be very, and yeah, it doesn't just stop with us, like it's sightseeing Australia. It will hopefully bring a lot more back into our country and our economy in the end, if people look at it that way and just consider, let's use Australian made. Yeah.
And so is there anything else that you'd like to share with our listeners today?
No, I appreciate that we've had customers. We're local, so we like to support local. Everything about us, all our people here are local, so we always try and aim to let people know that, because we want people to know that, look, we're not living in Melbourne and getting you know, jobs made for you and spending the money in Melbourne. We're here, you know, so we know what people want, or hoping we know what people want, so we can look after them, because we know the area, we know the climate. So I wouldn't be selling some of, you know, certain fabrics here, I know, just not to sell them, because, you know, as someone in Adelaide or Melbourne uses it, it's a whole different thing. I know that what we need here on the coast to look after you.
Yeah, that's really important. Awesome. So is there any offer that you would like to make to our listeners?
So a good product is a panel glide. Panel glides are great on a good door on doors. They're a product that pull across. Instead of having a shutter, then a panel glide, we make it all here. And so we were looking at offering a panel glide for the month of May and June, 15% off, which is a great saving, and it's a great product. Lots of fabrics and styles, and as I said, we work it out and make it to measure for the customer. So cool. I thought I'd offer that.
Just need to mention Matters magazine.
Yeah, so they just say they read it or seen it through Matters Mag, and yeah, then that's what we're doing for Matters, yeah, for their customers.
Fantastic.
So it was a great thing, because they're a lovely, stylish thing.
Yeah, cool. And so how can our listeners contact you?
We're on the web, Harlequin Blinds and Security. We're our phone number 5476 9888. We go all over the coast. On the website, there's a quote to measure, and we'll give you a call from that, or give us a call and we'll get out there and mention the ad, and I'll make sure they're sorted. And great fabrics to choose from, and it's such a stunning look in the home if you had a panel glide. Yep.
Yes, sounds great. So thank you so much for your time today, Marilyn. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, Vickie. Appreciate your support.